Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2004, it's a Toyota Camry, and just so you know, the 2000 to the 2006 are the exact same procedure. In this particular case, we're going to replace the entire headlight assembly, and the reason we're going to change it is because, as you'll be able to see in just a minute, the lenses themselves are all clouded over, and the option was either you restore it or you replace it. And in this particular case, the customer elected to replace it versus restoring it. All right, so let's get in there. Let's pull these headlights out. We do have to pull the bumper cover off, just so you know. We're just going to lower it down. We're not going to totally separate it and pull it away. We're just going to lower the left side and the right side down to gain access to the screws. So let's get started on it. Okay, basically that's what the headlights look like, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably already have this issue with your car. The way we're going to get this out is we need to take out this bolt right here. It's 10 millimeter. And there's another 10 millimeter bolt up in the side right over here that we need to take out also, and then we're going to pull the light forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bumper cover and pull it forward just a little bit to gain access to that bolt right up inside here. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to come underneath the bottom right here. We're going to take this fender cover, the inner fender skirt, and remove it so we can gain access to a bolt that's either here or here. I'm not sure which direction. So we're going to take that off. We'll see what's going on inside there. We're going to remove the 10 millimeter here. There's a little push pin right here we're going to take out. This 10 millimeter, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on that side right there. So you don't need a lot of tools. Basically you need a screwdriver, a 10 millimeter socket, and a ratchet. That's pretty much about it. Alright, and the screw that we need to get to, I'm going to show you on the new one. This one here is very easy. This one is the one on the side. Right here we need to get to. So let's get some tools and let's get started. To remove this little push pin, you want to do it with a screwdriver, and you just lift it up very easily. You don't want to break it because you're going to need to reuse it. And once you get the centerpiece out, then you pull out the other section right here. It just pulls right out. Save that because you're going to need to put that back in. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to remove these 10 millimeter bolts right here. You put that 10 millimeter on top of the headlight assembly. Now this 10 millimeter bolt is different than these bolts, so make sure you keep them separate. We're going to go on that side there. We're going to open up that fender skirt, and we're going to remove the bolt up there. So let's get over there. Push that out, then you just rock it back and forth, and you can pull the whole assembly right out. Don't lose this, we're going to need it. And then just pull this back. Oh, here it is right here. We're going to take that bolt out right there, and let me grab that ratchet. I know it's a little dark in there, but alright. Hold on to this screw because this is different than all the rest of them. We're going to need to reuse that again, and that should loosen this up here. And now this is held in. Little clips hold this in. You just pop the clips out just like that. And that reveals our little 10 millimeter screw right inside there. Okay, right there? So we're going to get a smaller ratchet, we're going to get in there and we're going to take that out without removing the rest of the bumper cover, and then we'll get that light out. So let me grab a socket and let me do that. Just a little bit, not too hard, you don't want to break it. Get in here with your 10 millimeter. back in there. And the headlight is actually pretty much disconnected now. What we're going to do is we're just going to grab it and pull it forward just a little bit. And we're going to work it out over here so we can get it out. I'm going to show you why it's a little bit tight like that. There's little pins that hold this in place here. I'm going to show you. And what happens is these little pins right here, they fit right into this piece right here. That's why it's a little bit tight to pull it out. So just give it a good yank and it comes right out. Now, once you've got that pulled forward like this, you're going to just keep it forward. You're going to get your hand up underneath here. You push in on the top on these little pins right here. You push down on this like that, and it unplugs. Now that one, somebody actually didn't plug it in properly. It popped out by itself. That's the case of when you push this in, you have to make sure that this lock clip goes in here and locks on top of that. This guy did tell me he just recently changed his headlights himself, which it looks like he probably unscrewed screws too, and you didn't need to. Next thing we're going to do is come over to this one right here. Same thing. You push in on that little pin, and you just rock it, and it comes right off. And then that's it. That's the headlight assembly, and that's the new one. So you can see a significant difference between that one and that one. So, all right, let's grab the new light and put it back in there. And what we're going to do is the light, when you heard it pop out before, that was actually pulling out of this clip here and this clip here. So we're going to push it right back in, and then we'll work it around the bumper here to get it in place. So let's get the new one in there and get this job wrapped up and out the door. Plug these plugs back in now before we put the light assembly back in. On this side it's really not that bad. You can do it once it's in the car. On the other side it's a little more difficult, but we'll just plug them back in anyway. Listen for the snap to make sure it's snapped in. Which they are. And now we're going to put the light back in. We'll bump the cover forward to get in there again. Line up your pins up in the top here. Back in where it belongs. We're just going to catch this bolt up in here. We're not going to screw it in tight. Just going to screw it in loosely right now. We're going to put that other 10 millimeter in over here that we previously took out. Done with that. We're going to tighten up this top screw up here now. Okay. This we're just going to lay back in where it came out. We're going to put these little pins back inside, so you have to lift the bumper cover up a little bit, and you'll feel it snap back in, and just tap it. Next thing we're going to do, we'll get this back inside here. It just pushes in. We're going to catch our 10mm screw up in the bottom here that we previously took out. Nice and tight. Push our inside fender skirt back into its position where it came out. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to reinstall that clip that we previously took out. Lock it in place. Everything is back together the way it's supposed to. All of our clips popped in here. Tightened up our 10mm here. We tightened up our 10mm here. We put our bumper cover back on so it lines up with the body nice and straight. We tightened up that screw here and we reattached that push pin in the bottom here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go around on the other side and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and then we'll reattach it here. So let's get the other light in and let's get this job wrapped up. Okay, alright, so to recap, you took these covers off here, you actually put everything back on, you snapped your fender, your bumper cover back in place. We have the bolts tight here, and here, and here, and that's it. We're all set. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.